Hello everybody, my name is Albertus Abraham Marinathan and my serial number is 536682, and I'm going to explain about the mid-exam McErrot case. So basically, the problem is that McErrot cannot predict the customer flow and it caused them to lose customer. And basically, the ordering process is also very slow and it can take a long time for the customer to place an order, and this caused the customer to leave because of the long wait and inconvenience. And the solution to this problem is they can use a QR code so that customer no need to wait for the staff to take their orders. Customer can look at the menu and choose their food before they arrive or while waiting for a table. And the system can also collect the data so that the McErrot owner can understand the pattern easier. This is the Gantt chart, and it uses the waterfall method. So it uses the phasing method. So it start one activity before doing the other one. So right after the activity end, it goes to the other activity. And here the first activity is just analyzing the wait time, and then from the second activity to the fifth activity, it's about the building the thing. And then from the sixth activity to the 10th activity is about the deploying the QR thing. And then you can see it takes some time for them to implement to build the QR thing. And then for the after they build it, implementing it, it's more faster because they can become more efficient. Okay, now moving on to the logical DFD level 0. So there is 4 external entity: the customer, kitchen staff, restaurant owner, and cashier. There is 4 processes: manage wait lists, manage order, process payment, and generate reports. And there's 4 store data: customer queue, orders, menu, and sales data. Okay, so how it goes is that the customer first queue the request, and it goes to the wait list, and it updates the queue data to the customer queue, and it sends back the data to the customer, and it shows the queue status to the customer. And then after queuing, the customer can see while queuing, the customer can see the menu via the QR, and then it fetch the menu the menu data store, and it goes back here. And then after that, it sends the order detail to the kitchen staff and confirms the order to the data store and confirms the order back to the customer. And then after that, the customer can pay, and they can send the payment detail to the process payment. And then after that, it confirms to the cashier, and then confirms back, and then sends the data to the sales data. And then after that, it sends back, and then it sends a status to the order confirming, and it also sends the receipts back to the customer. And then after that, the order data and the sales data can generate the report to the restaurant owner for the owner to analyze the data. Next is the physical DFD level 1. So it's basically a elaborate version of the managed order, the second process of the managed order. So here it is. So first of all, there is six processes now, and then there's 2 external entity and 2 data store. So first of all, the customer gets the QR code, and then it identifies the customer from the customer that gets the QR code, and it gives them an ID, and then it gives them the menu display to the customer. Sorry. It fetch the menu data, and then it gives the menu display to the customer. And then the customer can select the item, and then it basically select the item from the menu, and it sends the order detail, and then it confirms the order detail, back to the customer, and it also confirms to the kitchen. Yeah, it goes to the kitchen staff, and then the data can go to the data store for them to analyze the data, basically. Yeah. Now we have the data dictionary from the physical DFD level 1, which is this one, and it's basically this arrow meaning. Every time there's an arrow here, it's basically goes here. Okay, so first, the customer sends a QR code and table ID, and then we generate, and then from the menu data, there is the menu item, and it consists of the item ID, item name, price, and if it's available or not. And then it repeats themselves, and then it gives to the customer the menu. Okay, and then next is the selected items, and it's basically the item and the item and how much quantity they want, and it repeats themselves. And then for the order details, it goes to the kitchen, right? And it shows the table of the customer, and then the selected items, and it repeats themselves. And then it goes back to the order status, and sorry, it validates the order. From the validation, it shows the status to the customer, the table, and it shows if it's valid or not valid. I mean, it shows if it's like ready or not. Yes. And then it also shows the price. Yeah. Yeah. And then it also go to the order data, and then the order data consists of the order ID on how many orders are there, and the table and how much they order, and the price, and it stores to the final data for the owner to analyze it. Okay, next is the process specification. So it's basically the detail of each of these processes. So first is the identify customer, and the process captures the physical location of the customer by scanning a QR code to ensure the order is linked to the correct table, and it uses the input of the QR code and outputs the table ID. So basically, it receives the QR code and then sends the table ID to the next process, which is the 2.2, and the 2.2 process is displaying the menu, and it basically extracts the menu data. Extracts the menu data from the data store back to the display menu, and it sends the menu display to the output to the customer. And if there is no menu, then it says not available to the customer. And then next is the capture order selection, and it's basically the customer ordering what they want. And then first they select the input from the QR code, the input from the table ID, and it also inputted the select items. And then if it's empty, then it basically cancels. If there's nothing in the cart, it cancels. And then it sets the order detail, and then it sends the detail to the next process, which is the validate order. And the validate order is basically confirming and sending the bill, basically, and not sending the total price of the bill. And then it checks if it's available or not, and then if and then it sends back the confirmation to the customer. And then after it validates the order, it sends the data to the kitchen, and it sends the order to the kitchen, and then it basically receive the validated order, and then it convert the validate order to the order data, and then it sends to the kitchen staff for them to start the order, and then it sends the data to the store order, which then which then makes it to the final data that makes the owner can analyze the data.